this point, it is what it is. Competitive integrity be damned.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets there.
I'm very
Nothing in
unfamiliar
chat,
with half of the people in this tournament, so I'm not gonna make any sweeping assumptions about anything.
but... Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna look at the comp on the red team side.
Oh, they're just
That's a
fucking
rush.
running it. Is Kanto
And
trying to pause and not pausing? Well, they just gave it up. Alright. Oh, we had a TP. Got a fast queen comp.
Yep.
Two kind of brawly comps.
Brawl with a dive backline is gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I see a backline I like more. It's pretty close to a mirror match.
Yeah, we have a Lucio really moving in. No purchase on the pin.
That queen is a little cut out, but
I don't think she's gonna get punished.
no, they don't collapse
Lucio.
on it. Yeah.
Seeing Ana with an angle here. Ana's gonna get dove on.
Charges that. Yeah, Ryan charges out, just leaving his backline completely open. We traded supports, but oh, go bring it back.
The Briggs in
50,
danger here.
Red team
Ryan's really alone. Nice fire strike onto the Tracer.
Nice fire strike. Hit the charge.
And
oh
yeah,
my
we'll
god.
land that.
That was
that
a
good work.
close fight.
Oh my gosh, we have
Yeah,
a
I
bit of
mean
a jump
Ryan
off
can
the
still
map.
die if he's not careful. Okay, there we go. That was close. That was a close fight.
Definitely.
Yeah,
It looks like the back line of the red team's just not getting as involved. Like you're looking at the ult charges.
If they were, if they were a little more aggro there, the Rhine would have died way sooner, and that would not have been as close as it was.
Yeah, the Tracer getting an early pick onto the cast. Ryan going for the pin on the
No
queen.
way.
Off the map.
Okay.
Well, we get a pull. Not quite off the map though.
No.
That could have been something.
Yikes.
We have a pin towards the Kiri. Kiri teleports out. Tracer able to pick up that kill. Big pulse.
Oh god. Yep.
Give a swap. No, we don't. I thought that there'd definitely be a swap at this point, but
I think they want the ults.
yeah,
They're
I guess they're
close.
fully invested in at this point. But we have Shatter and Nano on one side.
Yeah.
They Shatter and
both.
Nano. There's a Tracer on the back line.
Right. Tracer gets greedy.
Kind of a lob
Pulse
of a
miss.
pulse bomb.
Yep.
She's gonna
He's
go
trying to
grab
find force
point.
cap. Yeah. Forcing them to pull back. Dies, doesn't play safe. Lucio
Ryan's
trying to
really
get out of
in
position.
a weird spot. See a big beat.
they're gonna
Tracer's
force
already
it.
dead though.
Okay, that's big. Yeah, that should do it.
Ash still dies here.
should die? No.
5 health.
Yeah, Ryan beefs it. Alright. See if Offie gets out.
Gets to the mega in time. Lucio playing aggressive here, opening up this kill for the Tracer.
Yeah. Just absolutely pincered. Okay, 78 to 15. We'll have
Watch the perspective of this ass, see if we can get a Bob in play here. It's really all they're working with but against the
Yeah, we're
high
gonna
noon
have
and rally and pulse
Bob
potential.
and Rush, but
I think a Robert probably is going to be a placer on this left side. Hope it doesn't fall off the map.
goes for yeah. That's a big ante.
Trying to
Suzu,
kill this
nice.
Brig. Brig's at 1 health. Lucio sees it, tries to get in on the back line.
That's a little late. I think he was looking for a boop, but Ryan's won.
Robert just playing point, not really
Lucio
doing anything
dies.
special.
Yeah, Lucio
See a
got a little
rally.
greedy there. Charge the bomb away. Nano Ryan in the back line.
Brig's dead there. I think it's
I think
time
he's too
for
far away.
Cass locks down the point with the Rhine.
Yeah.
Looks for a
I
kill
mean, they
onto
just
the
play
Ash.
point. They touch the Rhine, but no. Rhine won.
Yeah. Brig's still coming back from spawn, I believe. Tracer getting a pick
that's not
onto
good.
the Ash. That should about do it. We finally get a rush from the Kiri. Not sure if it's gonna find anything.
Lucio touches. All in. Nah, dies. Rush out. Countered by High Noon.
See a pulse.
Whip the pulse.
Gets the kill on the
Yeah,
ball.
gets the ball down to
Oh,
one.
gets
I
the
mean,
Tracer. Triple
good
kill
there.
for the
Yep.
Cass. Let's see if we can get 4 here before the round ends.
Nice. Yeah, got the 4. 5? Yeah,
not quite. Pretty dominating first round. It looked like the red team had better positioning going into first fight, but after that, just the stability of that backline plus a cast, it's just hard to make that queen comp take those rotations. They had the comp for it, right? Like it's Queen, Lucio, Kiriko, so you have the speed, you have the sustain for the queen, and then you have a Tracer who can kind of do her own thing, and then you have an Ashe who's like looking really good in this meta, who can kind of just play anchor. And it's not like the Ashe was playing poorly and like losing to a Tracer 1v1. It just looked like that front line wasn't getting any purchase with how impressive this back line was. See, TP
there's
out
a
of
couple
spawn.
mistimed engagements, and hopefully they tighten that up. They've dropped the Lucio for an Ana, and they dropped the Queen for a Horse. So.
We see dueling echoes here, though.
Yeah.
Besides the Anas, are the only real thing that are mirrored on both sides. I'm excited for that duel.
Steve Penelope has a harder time because of the McCree, but
yeah, I'm not sure that's going to be the focus of the cast going onto the Echo. I'm thinking that's trying to lock down those Tracers.
Oh, huge. Anti for Suzu.
Ryan just kind of pushing out the Tracer.
Yeah, dude, Oppie is doing so much pressure on this back line.
Oh, it's a lot of damage onto the Echo.
Oh, gets out into the pit.
Yeah, now you can kind of just play you know, favorites of who do you want to go after. You want to go for this backline Kiriko, she's exposed. You want to kill this Orisa. Well, Orisa's definitely exposed here. You want to pressure out the Tracer. All options are really at your disposal. Just how many kills do you want?
On the back line.
Yeah.
There's just so much. I mean, and they can't do enough to push the opposing Echo out because of the Mercy pocket. You need something else on that right side, like a Tracer. Getting a Tracer on the high ground might help. Shoot at the Mercy so she can't just fly around healing Echo for free.
Right.
But like their backline just kept having to pull back, and it just, yeah.
We see a BAP swap too. I wonder if that's to also put pressure on the Echo. Looks like that's the attempt, but I don't know how much purchase you're gonna find. Reinhardt getting a pick onto this Tracer, caught unaware. This round looking arguably more dominated by the blue team.
Yeah.
Gets a
Nano
easy
charge.
kill.
Oh.
Gets a lot of damage onto
in the back line. I don't know what an Echo's gonna do.
Yeah.
Alone on point. Not even gonna touch. We got Tracer, Kiri. Does Kiri get out?
Oppie still lighting up the kill feed. I mean, a little bit of an overextend here. Decides to get Tracer.
Feeling comfy.
Goes for the early recall.
Now,
this is where you're probably dead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a bit of an over aggress there.
Oh.
This is red team's chance. They've put a presence on point and have gotten enough kills.
Into the Ana, sleep and anti out.
Here comes a shatter, but I don't know what you're supposed to shatter here.
Yeah, pressure out the transform. Don't let Nano get off.
Exactly. It's a shatter
Things
onto 3.
Are low. Things are low. That's. Oh wow. Okay.
Cat's not able to clean up these kills. That shatter just kind of doing nothing. And red team in a really good position ult-wise to be able to hold this point for a long time. You can get an early pulse bomb here to kind of stagger this push.
Yep.
And then you have a bat matrix. You know, the further you let this team push in, the more value that bat matrix is going to get. Plus, you're building up for a Suzu. Oof. Oh my gosh! I mean, Kachune rush.
Okay.
But yeah, you have to bap ult here.
I'm guessing a Mercy ult's gonna pop soon.
Yeah, just to keep everything up.
He lives.
Okay, we do get a kill onto the cast though. Not really super resable.
A little indecisive here. Oh, Bap gets found by Echo.
There comes that res.
Big stick.
Ryan really caught in a weird spot here. But we have High Noon. Orisa's able to survive.
Pulse.
Big pulse coming in onto the cast. Orisa just holding this front line. You know you have the healing for it. This should put Orisa on the ground though.
Big gold.
Wow.
Big gold.
The gold really coming in clutch here.
Echo.
And then Oppie maybe dying here.
Finish. Yeah, can't finish.
Kind of the difference maker up until right this point. And that was a lot of percent.
Solid ult.
Now you have Orisa with an ult.
Yeah.
Both transforms coming online. Ryan dying super late.
They'll have Shatter and Transform to take this back, but I think that's like this is gonna be last fight. They're gonna have two ults going into.
Spot on the Hanzo though. Got an early kill on a Penelope on the Echo. Finding these angles. They're all leaving John alone to find these angles onto the back line. Opting instead just to try to kill the Orisa. Orisa's still getting value.
Yeah. Kato goes down.
See
Orisa
the
force
Orisa
pulling
ult?
front line, pulling things in,
That's
stuck in a
one.
room. You don't like
Orisa
that.
really out of position here now. Bait out the transform,
Transform.
immediately dies.
Oh, huge spear.
And now it's just kill Oppie, clean up this round.
Yeah, that's that. Wow.
Huge turnaround.
Yeah, it just kind of flipped. It kind of flipped on that one fight. I think blue team's got a little too.
It was that
comfy,
transform
a little too greedy.
from the Echo onto the Tracer.
Yep.
Into no
They
value.
just never recovered from that. I mean, their ult economy just shifted off of that one wasted ultimate, and they were just able to cycle so well.
And the next transform was also didn't find any purchase because they swapped immediately onto the Ashe, died before they even got a shot off. So it was completely shutting out Echo from ever ulting again is what ended up happening.
Yeah,
so,
the swap onto BAP, I think, also did a lot there. It ended up not even really dueling the Echo. It was just keeping Orisa alive, and yeah, just so much pressure there.
See them using this TP out of spawn onto the high ground.
Yep. Still on the Rhine. Okay, I think teams found their comfy spot. We've got an Ashe instead of an Echo on one side. That's the dead soldier.
And we get a headshot out of the Hanzo, letting this early kill onto the soldier happen. But there's a res there.
There's so much one-sided poke pressure. So much one-sided poke pressure right now. I mean, having a tank that can shoot.
Yeah. But your soldier went down early, so now you're in a position where you can touch the point as Orisa. Okay, getting the pick onto the Hanzo, that should be it. Blue team shouldn't be able to recover from that. Now the soldier's back, the Hanzo's gonna take a lot longer. Emor gets thrown onto the Rhine. They're gone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what else you do there as Rhine except contest point. I mean, you could stand there and hold shield and then let red team cap, but yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think they had the right idea of get the kill first, but in that time that the soldier's down and they don't have a mercy to res it, everybody's got to drop to point because now you have the man advantage. You give up the high ground, take control of the objective, make this poke team play on point.
Yeah, force it into an actual brawl where your Rhine has an advantage.
Yep.
All right, because now Orisa gets to
play on top of the lighthouse. Like that's still an option.
Now the poke team gets to play poke.
Right.
That was so close to another wasted res or transform.
This is halfway through. The Rhine getting really low, using lamp early here. The BAP's really caught out. So is the Rhine.
Yeah. Wow, that's.
This is a Bob that I don't really think is gonna find too much purchase. Oh, does kill the BAP. Yeah. But I don't think.
Almost. Yes.
I don't know if that's worth. It's a lost fight. You get a pick.
Not.
And BAP's not the most mobile support, but getting back to the high ground, pretty doable. Yeah, BAP's already almost back. You see Echo with really good vision on this high ground. Kiriko caught out, potentially could die here.
Yeah. No, red team is fiending for picks right now. They really want to keep stopping these fights early because, like I said, they don't want to have to fight on point.
See Orisa's jamming up this Rhine one more time. This could be last fight. There's a lot of ult. You would love to be the red team here. There goes Rhine Shield. Rhine's down. No one to touch point. Mercy dying inbound.
Yeah, that is. That's
I don't really think there's a touch here. Gato on the Ana, really low. Tack visor.
The desperate McCree touch.
You do have a touch.
Yeah, Ryan can't do anything with that.
We get a res that's not gonna find anything. Huge turnaround.
Yeah, no, that was impressive.
Had a dominating round one.
Yep. From
the blue team. The 2 and 3 going the way of red. And especially after halfway through the second, didn't look close after that.
Yeah.
Be surprised to know if there's more than 10 kills.
I think they realized that they weren't just winning these outright team fights, these like close brawls, and decided they just had to start going for the early picks and being as annoying as possible. And it just ended up working. I mean, I don't know. I think Oppie was doing a good job and clearly kind of flexing some kind of mechanical superiority. But that ended up getting them caught out in a couple situations when the team decided to actually turn and look. And that, I don't know, that swap and playstyle definitely made a huge difference.
I mean, it felt like blue team, right? They have the brawl down, right? So invest more into that. Use the BAP.
Yeah.
Use the Rhine. Maybe pivot onto a ROM if you want to kind of have a poke phase. I don't think it would change your comp that much to have the ROM.
Yep.
And then invest, maybe trying to get a Lucio involved, get more of these bulky defensive DPS picks. Maybe invest into a Mei or a Bastion. Maybe keep the Tracer, keep the Echo.
That could have also been kind of a map bias in those ways. Like the first point is significantly more flat when it comes to the horizontal dimension, and the last two maps there's permanent high ground all the time.
Yep.
And that makes Rhine a lot harder to work around. So I don't know, I think they might have benefited from swapping to either not their own Orisa, but something with a little more like if you want to still stick with the brawl, go Rom. He's got some poke, but still kind of dominates in that brawl space. But I think picking Rhine where for half of both the second and third points can't really do anything, probably hurt him a lot. Oh boy.
I'm interested to see what the map pick's gonna be, because if you found purchase in the Rhine comp and this like grounded, less high ground oriented map type like Ruins or sub map rather, do you go for another brawl focus map, maybe like Eichenwald, Kings, or maybe even just like a Suravasa or a push map in maybe New Queen Street or even Runasapi.
New Coliseo's not
Coliseo
terrible
for sure.
brawl.
Yeah. Or, you were seeing this team find purchase on the poke, and if you think you can pull out a dive comp, do you take away their ability to poke and go dive? So Eichenwald, Halloween edition
specifically. Yep.
A little already kind of a crusty pick if you ask me. I think you just go Eichenwald here. Don't add the excess.
Flare.
Yeah, but I guess we'll see. I did say to the players that they could have any map pick they wanted, so I guess technically this falls within there.
Yeah.
And okay, there we go. So Jester, I would say, not necessarily middle of the pack when it comes to overall Overwatch players, but based on insider information I have, definitely towards like a upper middle of the pack player in this tournament. Swapping out for an unknown in Vosh. We didn't see them play on the last map. We don't know what they can bring to the table. I don't know anything, really. I don't know how the strategy is going to change, but we do know that this is potentially a tank swap.
From my recollection from the last pug, I thought there was a lot of junk in Bastion from Bastion.
I think so too, which is interesting to think that your tank player is swapping out for a DPS player to potentially play alongside Delta Jaden, or maybe even Penelope. But I think Delta Jaden is like very staunchly damaged, right? While Penelope, I don't know them as well, is going damage, and Vosh going Ramatra, which is interesting because that's something I was recommending the blue team to do. So maybe they're trying to match Brawl, even though they didn't know the map before they made the swap. But regardless, they could have been thinking Brawl for Brawl.
Yeah,
we see Oppie and Gato swap roles.
Yeah, Gato on the Venture. I mean, this is a very, very damage-heavy Brawl. Not the traditional Brawl. I mean, we've got a little burst with Hanzo. I mean, Venture's all burst, but that kind of mix of range and solely range and solely close range. And then we just got two hit scans on red team.
Yeah, this is looking like a poke. Like they're going to be able to get into this poke.
Yeah.
On the side of the red team, which is what they want. And the blue team's going to try to find purchase with the Brawl. And it looks like with this Hanzo, they're going to be able to do it.
That's rough. Oh, with the pin too. Yeah, this is rough.
How do you
with
break
all
this
those
choke
tech
with poke? There's not
changes,
enough space, right?
yeah, Ryan can chill pretty comfortably for a while in there. You've got to find a way to either just burn through the shield very fast or get the damage around it and just ignore him.
I like
Because
the Echo
he is
swap.
not going to want to move.
Like, the Echo can get around this comp.
Yeah, far
The
better.
Kiri can ignore this comp as well. It's just, how do you get this bulky
To get the rest of your
Rom
team.
Bap cast through this choke? It has to be through kills, right? And there's one.
Oh wow, huge. And Penelope gets out, lands the stickies, gets the kill, gets out.
And that's a huge piece of the puzzle. Lucio getting rid of the speed capability of the team, as well as baiting out.
Ryan's dropping on the
Emor.
back line.
Ryan
Gets a kill out of 5.
finding a lot here.
And just puts shield up, backs up, lands shatter. That's, yeah, Ryan is so oppressing.
In this choke.
Specifically right here.
Yeah. I think on the rest of the
'Cause
map
there's-
until third, not a lot you can do with Ryan.
Yeah, because he can just so easily remove himself from taking damage by standing off to the side, and then he's immediately on top of you swinging. There's no chance to do damage as he approaches, and that's just rough.
And while he's hiding his body, you can still provide shielding.
Yeah.
That's a
Yep.
wide shield.
Yep.
See Echo again trying to find these picks. Opting off of the BAP, they're like, we're not losing to healing, we're losing to damage. We want to break this Rhine shield. They're getting close. They have a
That'll
Discord
be-
on the Rhine.
Yeah.
But
Ooh,
finding the
that's
Zen.
rough. Oh, I don't think Echo gets out of here. No.
See a Bat Matrix come out on the side of the blue team on Oppi, who, even though I said swapped over to support, I don't know if they got the memo that they're a support player, because BAP is dealing a pretty considerable amount of damage right now.
Holy.
You have about maybe 2 or 3 fights, depending on how fast you take these. See a swap over to the Tracer.
Zen, Tracer. I guess they want to keep the High Noon. I don't know if Zen's the flop there. I mean, look, if you can land some sneaky right clicks, that's fine. Gato.
Taking the duel with the
Get
Tracer,
low.
forces recall.
Yeah.
I would definitely rather force recall than burrow.
Yeah.
We're gonna see probably a dragon here from the Hanzo.
Yeah,
I can't imagine
Yeah.
anything else. As they try to take this duel with the Tracer, though. Kind of getting distracted. Gato opting to go for the Venture ultimate.
Penelope gets out. That's huge. But yeah, I think Penelope realizes that they have to go around. There's no just meeting them in this choke.
Ooh,
The
nice
question becomes,
headshot.
can they bait enough attention to make it easy for their team to get through? A lot of damage. Dragon pops through.
Just to kind of stave off that assault.
Tracer on point, no recall.
Rom just
We're
gets a
gonna
swing
try and-
here.
Yeah, Rom ult here is.
But we see a
not-
huge beat come out.
Ugh,
That should confirm the kills onto the cast of the Tracer.
that's done. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
the Shattered, little overzealous.
Yeah, people forget Ryan has so much fucking health now.
Oh, yeah.
He's got so much health.
Maybe seeing a Rom swap onto the ball. Yep. This is just a touch. Opting not for the Doom.
Yeah,
Gets a
the
pin.
pin.
That's that.
Yeah, you would have had to go over the top to touch.
It's still a potential to draw.
Yep.
Which is what I don't like about hybrids in these first to 2 tournaments.
Hmm.
Do I think it's likely? Not particularly, no. But, I mean, this, like we talked about, this first point, very holdable.
Yeah.
From my spectator point of view, I might take us on a little tour of Eichenwald, because we didn't see a lot of it, and I have a feeling we're not gonna see a lot of it. As if they capture any amount of this point, they win. So we're not gonna see second point. But what was the first map added to Overwatch 1? Pretty map.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think it was map 1 to coincide with the Halloween event.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I think it's a well-designed map? Who's to say?
I thought it came out with the Rhine skin, right?
The Crusader and the cinematic. Yeah, I think so as well. I think that was like a little before the Halloween event when they transformed it into the Junkenstein's map.
Yeah, it just immediately got a little bit of an update.
They're like, all right, back to back.
Yep. Okay.
Content. Okay, we see a diva swap, which a pretty valid pick in the meta right now, and I like the comp a lot more.
They are going to try and TP straight to point.
Yeah, why not? You know.
Which is going to be tough. I think they have a good comp to counter this, but okay. Opting TP to right side.
Yeah, I like that.
Big anti. Oh, okay. Kill onto the Hanzo. That's huge.
And
nice.
That's no damage. So now you just
good.
Kill them slow.
Yeah, this is what needs to happen. Just enough contest so that they can't win, but you gotta kind of ignore the Rhine. You just can't.
This Bap is stuck in the back line, trying to get a pick onto the Echo.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Is able to assist in a
pick. Oh no.
Yeah, this is not good.
Okay, res.
Luckily, we get a res.
Oh Jesus. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, huge. Okay.
And Genji's still
Diva's
low
back.
as well.
Genji's low. We've got a Lucio on point. I don't know how long Diva can contest here.
This might just be it. Yeah, they're not worried. Yeah.
Wow.
Had the makings for a hold. Didn't
Yep.
quite get it.
Yeah, spent a little bit too much time going after that. Especially with the sim and how fast the other team's gonna get back. That's rough. We're just taking way too much damage.
Again, seeing on full display that Oppi may be on a support hero.
Yeah.
Does not plan on playing support. Fashru not staying in, decidedly.
Yep.
Now, if I'm the red team, you have the tank you won with back. And you liked that rush comp, but you were kind of also not a rush comp. We had the Orisa and the Queen, but we also had some Echo, some Bap.
Yeah, I think they just win when the Rhine can get value. So A, holding a choke, or B, Symmetra. Let's bring the Rhine to them.
This is bold. I don't think this is a good pick from the red team.
That is
because control center is like lost, right? Like that's a Rhine. Like where we are right now, that's your. Yeah, this is a Rhine map. I don't think you solved anything with this.
It's just 4 chokes with a circle in the middle. That's all this is.
Just not sure it's really what you wanted.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Maybe they'll pull us. Maybe they're just gonna go full on Rhine Tank Buster, Bastion Reaper, or whatever. Okay, junk them versus Genji Venture. Interesting. I see the Genji getting a little bit squirrely in the back. No, swapping to the Sim. Okay, so we have a Sim mirror. Junk Genji. On paper, I like red team more.
Yeah.
But
I think I'm there.
Execution has to be on point. 2 Sim TPs. Are we
One
swapping off the Sim?
No,
Gato's swapping.
Okay, swap onto the Venture, yeah. That's a late swap, too. You get the pin onto the ROM. Now is isolated. Kiri comes in for the TP plus Suzu.
Venture comes in, gets a late pick, but they're still down. This is still in red team's favor.
Yeah, I think this is all red team. Lucio and Venture just getting out.
Oh, okay. Helps the Lucio. We're going to TP back to point.
They want to take this fight quick. They want to give them the point, but then immediately move over. Getting the kill on the Venture, though, it's going to stifle that entire push. That's a huge amount of your damage. Opting for the
that
double
saves
flex
them
on
a good
both
10
sides
seconds.
too. Realizing that range damage here, not gonna worry about it.
Ooh, we are.
Junkrat time.
We're just buying time.
Yep.
We are cashing checks. Said actually, we have 50%. Oh.
Okay, now junk swap immediately finding purchase. Genji really low on that outside. Not sure if they're really gonna be able to do a ton here. Yeah. Junkrat's adding a new element to the
on
game.
the right side.
Finding no purchase with this Rom ult. Going into the backline deep, just opting to die.
Wow. No, just transform Genji on Junkrat in the back line. Yeah, gets a dash reset. That's rough.
Yeah. I think you're looking at your Rom and you're wondering why you're pushing that when you're down.
Why you went that far forward. I mean, the Rhine charged around to the right side and realized they'd messed up because they had nothing and had to back up, leaving the team exposed, but then the Rom decides
that might ult this. Yeah, I would ult this.
Whoa! Alright, let's see.
But there's no E-more!
No!
Completely, again, just overconfidence being ultimately
Firestrike gets the kill. Genji, wow, huge, nice direct hit.
And if you're red team, I mean, looking at your ult economy, you should be able to win 2 fights here, and arguably that's all you need.
Yep.
And your Junk's overextended.
Charge.
Gets the bat
shatter.
ult out.
Huge shatter.
Doesn't get.
Alright, that's that.
Doesn't get the Junkrat. Doesn't get the Junkrat. And that's it. Oh, that's a lot of damage on the Ryan, but still, you pop 2 ults, 3 ults, kind of on the side of the blue team.
Yeah.
But you didn't pop anything as red.
Get back in here.
You have 5 ults you're working with.
Tire to open something up, and then we've got, you know, potentially
beat
to save themselves from a tire.
Bad sim wall. That's the start.
They just backed the point.
But we see a huge Rom ult.
Beat first on blue team, then the beat on red team.
I think Junk's down here.
1 tire's on it. We've got a tire on red team. I don't think they're gonna need it.
Penelope going crazy on the sim.
Yeah,
getting 2 kills and assisting in another.
Genji
Probably getting
this
last one. Yep.
Yep. There we go.
Okay. And if you're red team, you have 2 ults here. You probably want to play early with this Kiri ult.
Yeah, I think we want to rush early before they get window out.
Either ult could go early. Early tire.
Yeah.
We see.
I mean, they're all just right there.
Right.
Like what? Where else are they gonna go?
But this tire could go a lot harder. Okay, here comes the tire.
They're setting up for tire right now.
Yep.
Big window. That's very well positioned.
Just using it, just kind of keeping them off point with this tire.
I was really smart on red team, just pushing past the window.
And then killing the Genjis. That was their late touch.
Yep. Was saying, actually, you can't do anything with this. What if we were all in front of it?
Competitive, but I think just ult economy. And that early lead by the red team, giving them that cushion they have to lose a couple fights.
Yep. Much better. Much better. Found a good answer for their own brawl.
Interesting. Yeah, that was the map that I thought blue team was a shoe-in. So seeing them lose it, bad omen for the rest of this. But this is, I think, of the 2 remaining maps, this is your last chance to get a map win before you have to probably change something for the 3rd. Because Garden, I don't really see this Rhine comp working as well. Unless you get on the point early and you just stay there.
Yeah, I think we're going to see 2 TP races.
Okay, we see one of them just getting out the door. The other one going for the TP spot onto point.
Are they going to try and stop him? Do they do anything?
No.
They're just going to let him have it.
Just let it have it. They're going for it. Gosh, this Ramatra just going so deep.
Cass? Oh! Cass gets caught out, gets greedy, tries to get the Tracer. But Gacho gets 2? Okay.
Yeah. Cat on the Kiri, forced to go deep to try to help this Rom, who's just so deep. And then that's going to get blue team this early point. Now, if you're the red team, you are scratching your head because you have to get onto this point that's infested with brawl prowess of BAP, Rhine, and Sim TPs. Or Sim turrets, rather. But if you can get this early kill onto the Cass, no, he gets enough support.
Does not find it.
But they have a good rotation here. This is where the Sim TPs are not. Or Sim turrets, rather.
This is going to be so hard to get onto.
Okay. They find a lot of the turrets. They get cast to 8 health.
There's so much poke.
They found the cast.
Oh, there it is.
But can the Rom not die?
Rhine charge.
See, this is the issue. The Rom is just
been
dying.
hitting charge.
Yeah.
Charge after charge. It deletes half of that Nemesis form health, and then
Blade killing Lucio. Okay, we see a swap onto the Orisa, realizing that the Ramatra is not doing much.
Yeah, the answer is to not get pinned, not be pinnable.
Yeah, I'm seeing Oppi with the ult again, deciding to use their own self-healing to heal the team rather than any sort of health that they've lost.
Yeah.
A classic DPS move rather than potentially support. Oh, we see a Tracer onto the BAP.
Okay. Oh.
Tracer pulse, trying to get the Lucio.
Forced recall.
We
Tries
see
to
a
help
shatter.
Shatter. Got
Definitely
to
gonna
get greedy.
kills the cast here. Gets Lucio low.
Alright.
Going for a nope, no spawn pin.
80%. I doubt they
No.
touch without a TP.
They can touch potentially with this beat, but this Matrix is definitely going to be an issue. You see a TP?
TP up the high
Oh,
ground.
and they
Yeah,
dodged the
that makes
Matrix!
sense. Window comes out. It's an annoying one for sure, but...
And now they just rush with
Red
beat,
team
right?
counterbeats. Yeah, I mean, they need to win this before blue team's beat comes online. Which it does. They're waiting.
Yeah, that was a solid wait out
We've
of the
got
blue
beat
team.
and we've got rush. There they are.
Yeah, this beat I
At the
think
same
does a little
time.
bit more than the rush.
Yeah, it's just so much health.
Okay, it's even.
And, yeah.
But I would rather be the red team here, I think. Oh, never mind. Ryan gets a pin. No.
That's rough.
And that's
yeah,
that.
I just don't think red team had the supports to output enough healing with a Curie rush to actually
No,
counter
definitely
the
not.
beat.
Your best bet is getting 2 Suzus.
Yeah.
But that's not going to outlive beat. I think they got a little overzealous on the early beat from the red team. You needed to match the other beat rather than try to go early while the sim wall was still up. Okay, so now, okay, like I said, that was the map you needed to win. Not only to keep you in the tournament, but to even set yourself up to potentially win what I would argue is the hardest map type to win is Rhine. But with a backline that I'm seeing out of the red team, I wouldn't be worried. Okay, much better. I was like,
yeah.
Lucio, Mercy, tragic.
Interesting.
But Mercy gets a lot of value out of both of these DPS picks.
Yeah, let's see, I'm expecting a TP to point. Yeah, there it is.
They have to, which is good. That's going to evade what the Echo can do. Because now if you're the Echo, what are you supposed to do? You just need to get your team to go bridge. But you've split your team.
Yeah, I think their job is to annoy the shit out of BAP there.
Okay,
that's
they decided to TP into White Room. Giving red team the point early before you even have it. Backing up out of Emor. Rez out in the middle of nowhere.
No. Oh, what are we doing here? That was really unfortunate. I don't know why Mercy and Echo were so scared of one BAP while the other team, because if you push in there, I mean, worst case scenario, you pull the rest of blue team back, which gives your team space to move in.
Right, that's what you want.
And best case scenario, you kill the BAP, and a good chunk of their healing is gone. All they have is Lucio. And you get to do whatever you want, because the rest of the team can't touch you. I think the Mercy Echo needs to apply a lot more pressure.
If you're going to have that pocket.
Yeah.
Either that or swap it over to the Ashe.
Yep. Okay, early window, that's insane.
They're trying to get this pressure onto this BAP, but he's finding purchase. Not really using the window to the best of its abilities. So I would say that's kind of a net win for red team. They just need to be able to push onto this point. Orisa finding an angle.
TP in the back line. Yep,
Okay, I don't think that's the TP they wanted.
No, you
red
just
team,
go point.
Just go point, yeah.
Go point. We're just waiting a little bit too long, and then the TP gets back.
Reinhardt dies here.
Ryan dies, which is good. There we go. Ryan sim. Okay. We should have a flip here. Yeah. Slowly but surely. God, they're buying so much time though.
Like, almost was winnable though.
Yeah.
If the Lucio had survived, and they were able to channel beat.
Yeah. No. Red team got low there. I mean, there were 4 of them, but they were all at like half health.
Right.
Okay. I mean, we got beat, we've got blade, we're gonna have a shadow, we're gonna have another window. There's 5
This is
ults on blue
5
team
ults versus
against 5 ults
almost
on red
5,
team.
yeah. Blue
Okay.
just has to play this slow. That's really all you need to do.
Just cycling.
This is a
Yeah.
TP. This has to be.
Just cycle properly.
Oh, nice shot onto the Sim. Just send Bob in. Have him play on the correct side of the
Oh,
wall.
big spear.
Able to kite the Genji away.
Ryan charges in the back line. Window comes out. Panic transform and Panic Mercy ult. That's rough. Oh,
Okay, beat
huge.
the Genji ult is pretty much gone because of the coach gun.
Yeah, dead immediately.
Gato coming back on the Sim, able to get 1, goes for 2.
Oh. Almost gets map. Cat gets the res off.
Yeah, ends
At
up
the
trading
cost
their
of a
Rissa for
tank.
that. Penelope just trying to stay alive here with the double support pocket.
I mean, is there any? I mean, there's just so much health. They have to find a squishy out of
Yeah,
position.
they're trying to find this BAP.
Ugh. Map's so low. Oh.
Oh,
Don't
I think
touch.
blue team win this.
Okay. They touched
Oh,
instead.
okay. Interesting.
Cass is low, getting
Yeah.
healed.
Oh, and the Rissa gets
Gives
off the
up
point. The
Point.
BAP was still there.
This is fine. Touch, 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 touch.
Yeah, I think if you're
There
red
we
team,
go.
you're kind of missing
That's
out
fine.
on some free
you,
point
you
right
guys,
now.
you guys have it. You guys have it.
BAP almost
Yep,
so
just
close
push
to
him
the
off.
ult.
There it is.
Can almost.
There
Oh,
it
the
has to
Emor
not
gets
die.
thrown. Tries to
There's
match
our
with
own
her own
window.
ult. A later one. Later usually means better.
Yep.
Gets the cast
Yep.
really low.
I'm forced to play LOS here. We've got to transform online.
The transform dodges the pin.
Oh, misses the pin. Doesn't even get Ryan down to half.
Okay, we're in overtime situation.
If this shadow gets built, I get a little bit worried about what's gonna go
I
on
like
here.
the-
You
I
can't
like-
let the TP get out. Oh my god.
Doesn't get it. Okay, gets the kill onto the BAP. That's huge.
Shatter in.
Gold able to stay
Only
alive
gets-
through it. Oh my gosh, but it's this Sim. The Sim wins this for sure.
Yeah,
Fully charged,
I-
no damage dealt to her. Yeah.
All right, we've got one fight. That's so rough. I don't know. I mean, with a Simon, especially on these trapping
Mm-hmm.
ults, you have to make sure that they don't just TP out of it, because getting any damage off is better than them just getting out of it.
Right.
Just rip it early, force them to be low.
Rissa cannot die early here.
And charge.
Another interesting Sim wall. Does cut off the Orisa. Orisa is not going to touch.
Yeah, Orisa just uses all of her
Moira's
cooldowns
probably
with
dead
her
on the other
early.
side of Fade. Mercy's left alone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Wow.
As close as it can get.
Yeah. No, that's for sure.
That's a
that
3
was
mapper.
close one. Oof. 3 maps and 3 points on control.
This looks like Team Gato is going to go to the finals to meet whichever team is there, as we do not know currently.
Very nice shatter. Demon skin with the mythic hammer. Alright, get him out of here.
So, break down, if you're Team Gato, how that went. How do you want to
Oof.
operate going into the finals?
I think they've realized they have to full commit to. I mean, we didn't see anything but Ryan, right? And you know, for what seemed like a good reason, their brawl wasn't bad. They really need to full commit and put all their resources into it. Their cooldown cycling isn't terrible. I mean, the amount of pressure that they're applying. I think one of the big strengths of having a tank that really doesn't have to worry about cooldown cycling, it's just health and shield management, is that you're not forced into these hard moments of off time. Like we saw at the end there with the Orisa, right? Orisa behind a wall, Ryan in your face, you're forced to burn both spin and gold and then try and touch. It's just not. That's just not going to happen. And Reinhardt doesn't have to worry about that. He just has to worry about how much armor does he have and can he put his shield up to not take damage. So full committing to just being in their face and playing as aggressive as possible, I think is going to be helpful for them. They just need to then play a comp that actually enables that play style. When they were, they failed in the points where they didn't, and they tried to mix in a little bit of poke, or they tried to mix in a little bit of dive, and it just ended up working against them because they weren't all trying to do the same thing, you know. I think it makes sense that Ryan kind of requires that as a tank at this point. You can't really have people doing their own thing, but hey, when it works, it works. So
What do you think that's gonna change about their map picks? Do you think that they will opt for a map like Lijiang as their counter pick again, or would you consider, they won on Ike? Maybe they go to Ike or something similar off of
yeah,
the first round if they lose it.
I mean they won Ike and then were gifted Lijiang, kind of on a silver platter. Uh, I think it depends on what the other team does. I think they realize Brawl is their strong suit, so I'd be surprised if they picked like Circuit Royale as one of their counter picks. But I think I'm really interested in whether or not the other team kind of picks up on that and counter picks effectively. I am assuming Gato's team gets first map pick here as the lower seed. Is that correct?
It's just gonna be Ilios first, no matter what.
Oh, right, that's right, that's right. Helios first. Okay, interesting. I mean, it worked the first time. We might see a swap on Lighthouse, but I can also see them just opting to run the sim so that they can just TP from point to high ground and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And since that seemed to work well for them on Lijiang. If they lose, I expect them to pick a brawl point. If they win, then I'm really just interested in the map that the opposing team picks.
Yeah, we have no intel going in about what the blue team has in store for us. All
Gotta
I
love.
know is that B is a bit of a support player, and that ACS is a tank.
Yeah, ACS tank makes me feel a little bit good. I'm hoping they play a little bit better around the Reinhardt. I'm expecting some more tank shenanigans. I was feeling a little bit of a horse crutch
Mm-hmm.
on the other team, and I'm hoping for some more actual outplaying from ACS.
Yeah, I think what you're gonna see is probably Rekko on the DPS, Kermit on DPS, B and Jafner on support, and just for transparency, Kermit is a top 500 player.
Okay. Okay.
So if you're Team ACS, you're looking to
Yeah.
prop that player up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, which is interesting because if you look at Team Gato, I think
Yeah.
obviously Oppi on the BAP, right? Like
Yeah.
that was who you're
It
fighting
was doing a
for.
lot of work.
So
Yeah.
do you swap Oppi back to DPS, put Gato
DPS.
back on
Right.
support, and then have that duel happen? And better question, does Gato even know to do that right now, or is that going to be a map 2 adaptation?
Yeah. I mean, that's tough because even when Oppi was going off on and playing a more dueling DPS style, they lost a point doing that, and then they lost a map.
Yep.
So I'd be surprised if it worked out better for them against a better DPS, who we're
Mm-hmm.
presuming is going to be better at dueling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm not sure. I think from what I saw last map, I think they're better off taking advantage of uh, Oppi is a very strong support who can keep up as a DPS, like on BAP. Like BAP does damage like a DPS does,
Mm-hmm.
um, and using that to their advantage instead of going off and trying to take 1v1s. I can't see that working out for them very well, especially not with Ryan.
I also think though, if I was in a position where I was the the strongest on my team, especially in a DPS
Yeah.
centric role, I would
Yep.
find it very frustrating to have to go into a
Yeah.
Ryan comp that has Junkrat, Venture, Bap, Lucio. It I feel
Yeah.
like it's easier to showcase your skill in and the DPS role, specifically in like the poke matchup, especially if you're like a hit scan,
Yeah.
right? And then if you're
Yeah.
flex DPS, maybe in the dive. I think in the brawl, it's a lot more macro, especially in Rhine. So I think if I like, it doesn't mean it's impossible, right?
It's tough.
It's
Yeah.
just gonna be if the enemy team TPs on top of you, how what amount of skill is gonna be able to be like get you out of that situation rather than
Hmm.
needing to coordinate with your team, which this tournament really stresses that and that you don't know these players all that well most of the time.
No. Yeah. I I think it really came down to a luck of the draw on who is your best player in each role, and then what are their, you know, go-to heroes on those roles.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you have, the better DPS, but their hero pool doesn't mesh well with what your team is trying to run. And I think we saw that a little bit
Yeah.
last map with, some of Oppie's picks not exactly meshing with the Reinhardt. And I think that made the entire team structure a little bit weaker, even if they were individually better than the other team. Um,
Still glimmers of skill on the BAP though. Like that's a skill
yeah,
expressive
no,
support, which was
100%.
really smart to have that. Like, okay, we're gonna put you
Yeah,
on support where you can have the top player mentality to be able to keep your team up, but also have the ability to express yourself on a hit scan support. While we put someone like Gato over on the Venture and Junkrat that doesn't have as much skill expression, but has that extra added survivability, which is what you need in a brawl comp.
hmm yeah. It's definitely going to depend on what do the peaks from ACS's team look like in
Yeah,
comparison. Like what is their central, because it definitely seemed like Oppie's playstyle is Oppie and Fresh seem to be the two that were really dictating the most how the team was performing,
mm-hmm.
and kind of how well they were meshing together. So I'll be interested to see if that's similar on the other team. Is it going to be heavily DPS centered? Is it going to be as heavily tank centered or support centered?
Yeah.
We haven't seen.
I mean, this might come down to John. I think John
Yeah,
was in a specific spot on the team that was really interesting in that in the pop off moments, John faded away. Right? It was just like
yeah,
kind of the
yep.
conglomerate that was Team Gato was doing well, which didn't
Hmm.
make John's impact any lesser, right? But wasn't like
No,
who we were screaming about. We were talking about
he was.
Fresh.
Yeah,
We were talking about Oppie.
yeah,
But in the moments where they needed to get a foot up, especially on the
yeah,
Hanzo, on Ilios, he was able
yeah.
to
There were
find
some good
purchase.
picks.
Yeah.
There were some good picks on the Hanzo. That is for sure.
So I wonder
Um,
how that's going to translate into you're up against a new team. You're starting to get used to the other team. Now you have to start all over, but you're getting used to your team. How much pressure is going to be on John to when, and eventually the counters come in or the frustration starts to set in if your team's not doing as well. And Oppie and Shia Fresh are like not being able to carry the team as well. Is John going to be able to come up again, ground the team, get a couple early picks, set the team fight off right? Or is it going to come down to, you know, Kermit the Frog taking John out of the fight? That consistency's gone. What then? So
mhm.
I'm interested to see that kind of develop. I'm also interested to see potential backlines. I know that
Yeah,
Shia is a main support, was mainly on the Mercy and the Lucio. Played a little bit of Brig on Ruins, but I think we saw the best use of the Lucio, specifically with the Rhine. Bowser also plays Lucio. It's one of his signature heroes. Do we see any sort of Lucio gap per se? Like Bowser prefers Lucio as the main support. Shia prefers
mhm.
Mercy. So in the head to head, you'd think Bowser would have it, but will
Yeah,
Bowser have the team comp centered around the Lucio that Shia does? Because like Lucio performs so well in the brawl. Is
yeah.
Bowser playing Lucio in a dive comp? We could see a dive show up here. We could see a Sigma comp show up. Ramatra.
I would love to see some dive.
Yeah, I think right now what we're missing, we saw ball for just a second to get out of spawn,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
haven't seen any dive. And the closest thing to a poke we've had are like these hybrid poke comps with a Diva and a Orisa, a Ramatra. None of that
Yeah.
is going to be seen out of the red team if the if history would
No.
repeat itself. So it's on the blue team to be able to find an answer to that comp as quickly as possible. And I think Ilios especially, it's dive should be able to get you across the finish line. And then if you get, if you try dive and it doesn't work and you have to take it to a map 2 if you're the blue team, do you pick something like Circuit? Do you pick something like Junkertown? Do you pick a Dorado? Maps that disable Rhine movement. And on maps like Circuit and Junkertown, if your DPS is good at those long range hit scans, how tough does that make it for the red team? Guess we're waiting on players here. I know I have my chat hidden, but
Oh. At some point, we're checking to see if production was ready, but I don't think.
you can shoot them an R if they're
Yeah.
still asking about that.
I think it's another case of host not realizing their host.
Ah.
Good lord, there's a lot of chat. Okay. There they go. Okay, thank God.
Good.
Thought I was gonna have to tell them to do it. Okay, we're starting Lighthouse first.
Yeah, we started Ruins before. I think Ruins is an interesting sub map to start on because it's the most different from the other ones.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
This will set the pace a little bit
We
better.
might not even get to a Ruins.
Right. Which I'm thankful for. I'm thankful that the both control maps we were on, we saw all 3 sub maps.
My God, we might just be seeing a Rheinmere.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Very similar.
You would think they discussed this ahead of time. See, now here's the thing: is I become skeptical as to whether or not the sim is necessary if it's just a brawl. But like sim seems like, especially on this point, an accommodation for Rhine to be able to have the mobility. But neither team has mobility at this point.
Right.
Yeah, the TP on the high ground.
Ryan immediately drops. So
yeah, they're like, oh, okay, let's just go here. I mean, high ground doesn't do anything for them. They're not avoiding anything.
No.
Genji's getting a little greedy on high ground. John won. Oh, ACS gets the first pin. Dies for it.
Does die for it. I don't know if that trade is worth it for the venture. They are able to get the Rhine low. This is
we're
a
just
slobber knocker.
That's crazy.
This is what a Rhine duel looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
My God.
It is just messy.
Junk Kiri versus Bap Genji.
Ooh. Again, this is just messy. No one here is winning.
TP? TP? Nope. Wow. Yeah, I mean... Alright, I mean, I think blue team is up.
I think it's the BAP.
I think they have to take this fight. They have to go now.
Yeah. But Oppie might get this BAP Matrix in time. Oppie putting a lot of damage, getting a lot of healing onto the Reinhardt. Able to get back onto the high ground, too.
That Gato tunnel was enough to just be annoying and say, hey, you're about to
Oppie
take a bunch
has
of
the
damage,
ult
you
here.
can't push.
Ryan pinning out of line of sight.
Huge.
Oh yeah.
My.
That's exactly what you want. That takes away that whole push. Oppie able to save Matrix.
Wow. Wow. Can't say this is what I was expecting.
No. I think Jaffner has to swap. I think I wouldn't even say save Suzu, like not Suzu, sorry.
Rush.
Rush.
Yeah.
Because what are you
rushing?
Yeah, because it's not like your
I
Junkrat
mean-
getting closer is gonna do more, and your Genji, like, he's not gonna get ult in time. Okay, we see a tire.
Okay.
Tire gets a kill.
Yeah, Oppie pops the window.
But Gato able to get the
Kermit
kill
going
on
down
Kermit.
to Gato. That's huge. Why are you diving? Yeah, what did you think was gonna happen there? We're diving a venture. Pin?
Oppie trying to keep the team up. I think blue team just has the numbers now.
Yeah, that's rough. Wow.
Oh,
I mean,
but no.
Venture just being
Venture
so
and BAP
hard
being
to
alive.
kill. I mean, what are they gonna do? They can't get to high ground.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the only thing they have to go to high ground is Genji. Their Genji's being
We see a monkey swap
hard stopped.
with Shatter. I think. Oh, the junk actually kills Oppie on the BAP.
That's big.
It's blade time. You have to blade here if you want your team to be able to come back into this. Gato again getting an early pick.
Okay, we got Monkey on point. Ryan charge in, gets stopped.
Genji trying to find someone
Lucio's
alone.
gonna go down. Monkey still has something. Pop blade.
See a blade. Has yet to land a swing.
Yeah.
There's one. Gets one swing and 2 dash purchases.
ACS able to do anything with this. Oh,
Okay,
we
but-
get? There's Shatter on Monkey. Oh, that's rough. Junk gets one. Touches. Yeah. Lucio doesn't get back into that. Okay. Huh. Okay. Okay. Very interesting.
We see the John swaps onto the Genji at the end, potentially abiding by the Genji duel. ACS swapped over to Monkey at the end and then Ball. Okay, we're seeing the dive mix up. Aside from the junk,
yeah.
I like the adaptations.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting. I don't know. I didn't see the Genji doing much on red team, but Gato's Venture just being so squirrely did a lot. Because you
Right.
think you've won, and then you've got a full health Venture with some shields in your face. And that's rough. Alright.
I think obviously there's some spammable chokes here for the rat.
Yeah.
I would maybe want like a Tracer and Echo. See the monkey diving on the
And-
back line.
Oh, the pin misses. I am so happy that we're seeing them take advantage of the verticality here. That's good. Monkey goes into the back line instead of... Okay, good. Genji does die. I was getting a little worried about that. They're low. They have to get out. Venture's trying to take out the junk.
I think with the movement.
Is able to dig away. Yeah. That was a little close, but it's better. I'm glad. Oh, huge. Good follow-up from Echo there. That was good. Glad the awareness was there. To know
I
that
like the
Venture
junk's
was not
positioning
out.
now too. It's gonna be
Yep.
hard to dislodge
We got
him.
a
They send
Genji
a Chen,
coming upon him?
sends the Genji. Genji taking a ton of damage. Gets the deflect kill.
I-
I still think I like that trade for
That's
the
fair,
dive
that's
comp
cool.
better.
Yeah, that's... And I mean, you have to back up now. I mean, that's the only person who could be annoying other than Venture. But the thing they have to worry about now is that blue team has the abilities to chase Venture down.
That and this Ana
Right,
has
Venture
so
has
much
to-
range.
Get out. Oh,
Ryan in a position here. Getting some damage onto the monkey.
yikes.
They get Emor
Okay.
out. Genji or
They're
Junkrat's
gonna-
back. Lucio just being squirrely.
Yep.
Eventually killed.
Yeah,
Genji
and then we
doesn't go
see-
down here. Does get the Lucio.
Yeah, the monkey dying is rough because it lets Ryan just push the front line forward.
Right.
Oh, ooh, okay, that's unfortunate. You got a tire. Got a nano. Other team is shatter. And
Genji wanting to get this blade here for this fight.
there's nano. That reload is rough. Does he die? Oh wow, Ryan dies after
Yeah.
the shatter. The monkey also ties to the window. And yeah, Oppie, yeah, on BAP. That'll do it.
John coming up on a blade here to match Kermit. This is a much closer point. I'm liking this more. This is going to be a battle of Genjis here. Neither of them have nano. One team just doesn't have the Ana.
Yeah, forcing the shatter out was good. ACS is just low.
Okay, that's the Genji duel gone. Now if
Yep,
you're
that's
Kermit,
done. Pop your blade. Gets two. Like flank junk. just doing work. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, you gotta... Rekko just kind of doing what needs to be done on the rat right now.
Oh, so
And your
funny.
team has 3 ults. That's 2 fight wins away from winning this sub-map. Okay. Oh my goodness, gets the kill on a John! Now Kermit has a free blade.
Utterly disgusting.
Maybe just saving it, opting for the nano?
I mean, that's so huge. I mean...
Another kill onto the map.
Ryan won.
Rekko just doing the most on this rat.
That primal... I mean... If that doesn't end the game right there, I don't... I mean, the kill onto the Blading Genji... Huge. ACS says, okay, let's pop primal now. And potentially just end the fight. They've got 4 more ults. Shatter, beat, tire, counter beat.
Counter beat. We still haven't seen the blade. There's the blade on the Lucio and Venture!
Yeah. Oh, the monkey almost dies, but
It's the
no.
Rhine. Finds Jean. Can't quite finish him yet.
He's dead. That was...
That's the Winston.
I mean, that was about as close to textbook as you could get from blue team on the end of that second point there. I definitely off the back of shutting down the blade.
Rekko,
But
just being on top of the Genji for blade. That
man.
was wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kermit's been struggling a little bit with the Genji. I think Rekko has been avoided. Yeah, blue team not too happy. Or sorry, red team not too happy about that.
Interesting
That was
compositional
huge.
swap. Getting off of the Lucio. This is what I was worried about when I talked about it earlier. Of Bowser's Lucio being able to output a little bit more than she is. Swapping over to the Brig, which I don't mind as a pick in Brawl, but the amount of fights you're able to take is going to be less because of the lack of speed.
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, it's a flatter map, so you have to worry about verticality a little bit less, but not entirely. There's still ways for a lot of blue team to just not have to look at Reinhardt.
Right.
I mean, even the Reaper too. Like, I guess it's a counter to Monkey a little, but Monkey's not planning to stay in for that long, anyways. I do think the Cass is interesting, though. I think the Cass has the potential to do a lot of work.
If you trade the Genji for the Brig, you'd rather probably have the Brig, but the Monkey dies.
Oh, so close. Yeah, I mean, that's 1 for 1 there. Sleep gets blocked. We've still got Rekko in the back line.
Yeah, I think you lose that fight if you're blue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gets the kill on the gotcha. Okay, yeah, Alfie takes him down. Yeah, that was still close. We see the swap back onto Reinhardt. Yeah. It dies, yeah. I mean, there's just a lot more consistent damage on red team right now. I mean, you've got Junk, sure, who can do a lot of burst, but Reaper kind of does that as hit scan. And then we've got Cass, which is countering a good chunk of blue team right now. I mean, Genji can't just dive.
Close to the tire. You see Oppie with the Matrix, which they've been pretty good about using.
Yeah. Early tire from Rekko. Trying to bait something out. He finds the Reaper.
But does one-shot it.
Yeah. I mean, he one-shots it, but it baits out Wraith, so that's, I mean... Kermit realizing just dash through, Nanoblade out.
Yeah, Nanoblade.
I would be surprised if any other ults go, yeah.
I don't think you needed the Nano, to be honest. I think the Blade was enough.
I agree. I agree.
Dedicating 3 ults to that fight when red team only dedicated the 1.
I think they would have been better off saving Nano for their Reinhardt, especially with the amount of healing that's getting outputted, and we have a Shatter about to come on, or online for red team. I think your Rein gets shattered, you nano them to keep them alive, and then you hit him with the Shatter of your own would have been the play there, but...
Blue team getting backed up into a corner here. You know Ryan's looking for a Shatter.
Rekko just spamming into the back line. I mean, Anti's in the back line, Genji in the back line, dies for it. ACS tries to take
in a potential.
Blocked. Beat. Dies. Who's there? I
I think
mean,
the red team popping DPS ults.
gets 2. They win? What? Oh, John is... Oh.
Oh, wow. The team play on the Genji and the Ana to be able to find these picks. Oppie, really all you have left to be able to stop this Genji onslaught. Can't do it because, again, these Ana
Can't do it. Yep.
and Genji finding so much purchase here.
Break?
A little loss, but doesn't survive.
Yeah, I'm surprised
Probably
they
not
got
for long.
another nano.
Doesn't
Just
even
trying to
have the
shut this
blade yet.
down.
Just wants to,
Just,
yeah, put them back in spawn. Kermit doesn't want to die here.
yeah. Says you have 1 fight.
Look at the ult economy swap. We have two support ults inside of the red team to be able to stave off a tire, but will that even work with the blade?
I mean, you'd think they just popped 3 ult to buy this much time, but it's off the back of 1. Immediate
Oh, Junk-
shatter.
Junk dead
Holy-
and the tire dead.
Wow.
I don't think they touch, right?
Wow. Oof.
Definitely
Big turnaround.
a nail biter. Losing submap 1 into winning the next 2. We've seen it before.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting that Gato's team seems to be in the position that the other team was in the last round. I mean, going from what looked like a close but pretty solid win into a much more even loss into a much less even loss.
I think it comes down to flexibility too. It's like
Yeah.
you look at the red team and they understand brawl.
Yeah.
But when they're put in a position where it isn't a Rhine mirror and they are playing into this Winston Genji rat of all things with a very comfortable Ana in the backline who isn't really getting pressured.
Yeah.
You're finding that what are you supposed to do if you can't pick up the kill on the rat? Like, that's supposed to be the easy one, but you're not. And so then you're diverting focus to the Winston, which is charging nano for the Ana. It's just your game plan's falling apart. And I'm not seeing a lot of the sim. I thought that would be the answer, to go find the Ana.
Yeah. They were never. They never got over to the Ana on the other side of well.
We're seeing an Ike pick.
Unsurprising, considering how well they did
went,
on Ike in the last round. I will say though, it's a little different considering they're the attacking team this time. You know, it's not like they can just hold choke and win. They have to push first.
I mean, imagining you're in the position of defending first, like you were last time in Team Gato, and you set the precedent of all we need to do is touch point. You are not going to have that here. Even if you cap the point quick and maybe even push to second or third.
Sucks for brawl.
Yeah,
it is not Rhine friendly.
You have to be able to win first point comfortably to get your team set up on the high ground early and to have someone dedicated to point, which in this case is probably going to be Shia, so that you don't have to force the Lucio duel. But it's way different to set the precedent early of like, hey, we're going to hold this choke for the entirety of the time you're pushing, and then all we have to do is take one. Rather than what it's going to have to be now, which is however far you push, you're giving the blue team the opportunity to do that too. Of course, you're still going to have a defense, but
I'm
you're not
also worried about, similar to what you're saying, it's just like the amount of time it gives for ACS's team to adapt here, right? It's different, like you're saying, you just hold first. Because even just holding first point for the full, you know, 5 minutes or whatever it is a significantly shorter amount of time compared to pushing through first, pushing through second, pushing through third. There's so much time for adaptation to happen there that I think, you know, by the time we get to the second round, it's kind of a different game.
we're seeing
And they're doing
a lot of the same thing.
Yep.
But I'm seeing a character I've yet to see today, which is Alari.
Alari. They like the poke. I like this a lot. I actually like blue teams comp here. I think they're expecting Ryan, and so yeah, there's no sim on the attack.
Nope.
I guess they just expect to run through. Yeah.
Not with the Junkrat there.
No.
We've seen Rekko get value here before, and I'd argue it's even easier now with the angles of this map. Oh, but John, again, this is what I was talking about before. John coming up big when the team's down. Still, though, fighting into a rat.
No speed. Oh, man. Run charge in, across, divert some attention. Oh, and now Rekko just goes into the...
Now your team's just exposed. Alari shooting past the choke.
Oh, my.
Rekko's in your backline on Junkrat.
Yeah. No, I really think the comp from Blue Team here is super, super annoying. I mean, just look at that, like, the health, how low it got on Red Team. Swap off the Rhine.
That's something we haven't seen yet.
That is the first time.
Yeah, I think we saw an early realization that the Rhine's not going to cut it here. So I like the swap. I'm not going to make fun of it. And this is going to be a potential counter to the rat. But will it, though?
Rekko just doing so much. Getting under the skin of Red Team a little bit. We see a ZZ in chat.
This is exactly what happened. What they did to Wolf's team.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
This is a taste of their own medicine.
Just brutal. Hey, try and get through this poke while we have all of this annoying pressure. Good
right.
And granted,
Nano rat. Here we go. I guess we'll see what happens here.
No way.
That's it.
That's. Oh boy.
So the nano wasn't for the damage. It was to sustain.
Yeah, it was pure sustain.
Mm-hmm. Now we know. John's swapping over to the Widow out of frustration. They're looking for answers.
Yeah,
Double
I
hit
guess
scan.
they want to fast
kill the
pick
Echo.
on the Echo here.
Yeah.
And then get get Rekko midair, I suppose, but I don't know what else.
And something we haven't mentioned, B was not on the field last time, and is slotted in well.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. Yeah, and that's.
They come in on this Ana, supporting the rat, letting the Alari dual damage, focus on that outside of the pylon, and just focus on healing the rat, healing the Rom, hitting a couple shots on the Echo once in a while.
Yeah, just fully enabling what the team wants to do.
Mm-hmm. We see a Rom with an ult here. This might shut out their last push. They don't have a Lucio. This is their last try.
Yeah.
And all you have is Rush and Bomb. And you might lose Rush here.
That's so brutal.
Suzu used. Rekko getting kills in the backline. There's no bomb to be had. You just have to get out. If you want to contest, you have to leave. And there's 2 DPS ults in your way, plus a nano, and I have a feeling I know where that nano is going.
Yeah. Oh, this is a rough taste of your own medicine.
This is the what goes around comes around. And you should have known this was an option with the Junkrat.
Yep. Wow.
Trying to find the BAP.
Gets nothing.
Find both supports.
Yeah. I mean, you touch, but anti, out of mech. They have 2 ults.
That's not
almost 3. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen there. I'm really surprised that they decided not to do anything, just to ignore point. I mean, at like any given moment, the entirety of Gato's team, or not the entirety, at least half of Gato's team did not have the ability to avoid damage or to avoid the choke. And even when they did the Rhine rush, like they decided to just teleport through point, which would have been significantly better than what they were doing.
I mean, if there's any team so far that I've seen that's gonna be able to hold this, I guess it's them. But it wasn't convincing.
Yeah. I mean, now, we've seen him do it once before, but now, it's the expectation of, all right, do it again. You know? I'd do it again for a tie. Sigma. No Rhine. They've decided Rhine is not going to work.
Which, I mean...
And meanwhile, we've got a
I think the
Diva.
TP was the only thing you were missing there. You just TP to point like you mentioned.
Yep.
Take the fight slow. Use geometry. Don't care about point until you have your cooldowns back after TP. Find that backline, kill them,
Yep.
leave junk for last. But play in a
Just
way that
don't.
doesn't enable junk.
Yeah.
Use geometry.
Oh boy. And I mean, yeah. If you look at this now, only the supports on blue team don't have a way to avoid the middle. Rekko trapped.
Yes.
Nope. Dies.
John
There we
able
go.
to find the kill with the Stormbow.
Yeah. Big trap placement. Gato dies to Diva.
Wow, John, again, just
Frog
having
going
to come
in.
out.
Oh my. He gets the kill, but he overcommits to it, especially
Yeah,
with the
and Avi not
Echo.
able to find the kill onto the Echo.
We get the ACS out of mech. Okay, that's good. That buys them some time.
Has to reload.
Hopefully Kermit doesn't get 2 more.
Which makes that E more useless.
Got
Has
two
to
different
kill
games
the
going
Echo
on.
here.
Hoppy has
it's
to
there.
get it. Come on. Come on.
But now
Nice.
the junk gets
Dies
that
to Rekko.
spot. Yep.
Oh my god.
And now they have control of the point. Able
Turn
to
around.
take out the counter.
Oh
Kills the
my-
Sig.
That was
This is the
so
Rekko show.
similar. That was so similar to the last Eichenwald we saw. Oh, just completely swapped. That's
The DPS line of Team ACS really coming up big.
yeah. I think we know what this is.
I think we were there for it. No,
No, it's
this is the
different.
very end. The flying rat,
That's rough.
and then I think kills the opposite rat, and then immediately kills Sig.
Yep.
Yep. And that's a GG's.
Wow. Yeah.
A swift 2-0, which, if I remember correctly, I was reading the report of ACS's match into Blank's team.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 2-1 as well. So this is the only 2-0, and it's in the finals of all things.
Yeah.
We only saw 3 maps total. I'm sure the other match had maybe 2 different maps that weren't Eichenwald and Lijiang, but
Yeah.
a lot of Ilias, a lot of Eichenwald here. Yeah, I liked what I saw out of every team. We saw Gato's team get a lot of purchase on the first game, as well as the first sub map of Ilios on Lighthouse. But then since then it was the Rekko show on that rat.
Yeah.
Alright, well, GG's. No closing statements from me. I think this was a good first run of this. I hope next time we'll have like a live stream and a production team that's beyond just 2 people casting. But hope to see the same people come and then different people show up as well. Just so that we can kind of build a rapport of like, who to look out for. I'm not gonna forget who did well here. Like,
No.
I will know who plays Junkrat and who doesn't. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
All right.
GG's. Hope everybody had a good
GG's.
time. Peace.